Hi everybody, welcome back. So today I'm doing a yellow golden halo look. It's more of like a smoky halo look. I've been loving yellow lately. I mean, I've always liked it. It's a pretty bright color, but I just never really wear it because I feel like it brings out the golden yellow tones in me. Not that it's a bad thing, I just feel a little odd, you know what I mean? But anyways, I ended up loving how this look came out, so I hope that you like it as well, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. As you saw, I'm using the main color here as the Brick Road. It's from the Alyssa Edwards Palette and Anastasia. I'm just gonna lay it all down where I want it. Once I have it set there, I'm gonna blend the outer and inner corners to add a little bit of dimension. I'm gonna use the MORPHE and JACLYN Hill palette, the Armed and Gorgeous, the color Access, and we just want to if you're new here, you'll notice that I love to make my eyeshadow drag out to the outer corners, and it's not because I'm gonna leave it that way, it's just because I love to blend it out. And once I'm done with the eyeshadow and the eyeliner, I love to clean it all up with concealer for a more polished look, which you'll see towards the end. To deepen the inner and outer corners even more, I'm going to use the eyeshadow E3 from the NORVINA and Anastasia ABH Volume 1. This is more of a mustardy, browny type of yellow, but it's going to help to add more dimension. I know it's starting to look more orange and brown on camera, but just wait, in a second you'll see the yellow blend out. So here I'm just using the brush from BH Cosmetics. It's the number 9 brush to blend out the edges a bit. And I'm using the Melt Cosmetics Linea brush to add more of the color. And I'm just going back and forth with the two brushes to blend and add color. You already know the concealer I'm using to cut the crease. In this case, it's a halo crease. The NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in Pale 01. Today I'm using it with the BH Cosmetics number 14 brush. It's a little angled brush. What I love about halo cut creases is that it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, you don't have to worry about getting the angles right. Like, you just need to put the little arch where you want it. Then you put a little bit more product in the middle and tap it out with your finger. That's it. That's all you have to do. Tapping out with your finger, not only does it give you a more blended look so that it's not perfect, it can be smoky, but it picks up any extra product so that your eyelid is not cakey and creasy. So you basically just want to draw your arch where you want it to be. I like mine to be higher than my natural crease because I have hooded eyes, and so that when I have my eyes open, you can still see the shimmery halo. Once you have the concealer where you want it, you want to use a shimmery shadow in the middle, or you can use matte, whatever you want. But in this case, I'm using a goldy yellow eyeshadow, C2 from the NORVINA and ABH Volume 1 palette. Can you believe I didn't use my NYX glitter primer for this? I do it with every single glitter eyeshadow or shimmer eyeshadow, but you honestly don't need it. If you notice, I use a lot of Anastasia because they're honestly some of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. But yes, this eyeshadow, you just pack it in where you put the concealer and blend it out. And to add more highlight on it, I'm going to use the sparkling color from the BH Cosmetics Aurora Lights palette. And you see how it adds like a little more glimmer of light. Love when looks have a lot of dimension in them, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, to add more dimension, I'm using Smooth Criminal in the inner and outer corners. This is more of like a warm brown color. I don't want this look to be super brown, but I'd rather use brown than black because I don't want to look like a bumblebee today. So once I lay down the brown where I want it, I'm gonna just blend it into the inner and outer corner. I'll just go back and use my blender brush to put a little more yellow back into there. That way it's not as brown. But you can use this look to combine so many different colors. Like you can do with every color of the rainbow, but with halo cut creases, like literally the more detailed you want to be, obviously it's going to take longer, but this is a very convenient way to start practicing your cut creases. Maybe do this instead of a full cut crease because you can practice blending, and it'll still be cute and smoky and not perfect. So again, it's just the going back and forth with the products, back and forth. And here with the flat smudger brush, actually an angled smudger brush, I'm gonna be adding back more of that yellow eyeshadow from the Anastasia palette, the Alyssa Edwards palette. I'm gonna be adding it back into the inner corner and over the top of the look. That way it brings that brightness back in. Alright, so headliner is one of my favorite eyeshadows to use. Not the actual eyeshadow headliner, but the color. So because it's a matte white, if you're a pale skin tone range, this would be like perfect to use. Or if you're a little medium or deeper, you can use a nude eyeshadow to you. What this does is basically acts like an eraser. It won't completely remove everything, but it helps you blend out the edges and it helps you highlight under your eyebrow without being too shimmery. I love shimmer, but sometimes I think it's too much for under the eyebrow, but that's just my personal preference. Anyways, whether you like shimmer or not, doing this matte one first is basically like a blending smudger effect. Alright, let's talk about this eyeliner. I have been trying it out recently and I love it already, and I will be purchasing it. Hopefully it's not discontinued because I love it. Milani Stay Put waterproof eyeliner has quickly turned into my favorite drugstore liner because it goes on jet black. It's very creamy, soft, smooth. It's, to me, an honest dupe for the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. And look, I mean, just look, I'm not even trying to press it on. It's just so effortless and it's super jet black. I love doing this step before my liquid liner because I love that really clean liner look. So I'm going in with the NYX matte liquid liner to do my wing. As you can see, since I have the other one down already, it just makes it way easier. And at the end, it just extends your eye outwards and upwards, which is what you want to do when you have a wing eyeliner. And if you notice how messy sometimes it can be under your eyeliner, don't worry about that. Again, we're going to clean it up. A very good tip to do when you're using eyeliner or liquid liner, just make sure to keep your eyes open and stay looking at the mirror. A lot of people like to close one of their eyes and tug on it and then do the liner like that, which yes, in a sense it looks straight and even, but it's not good for your eye skin at all because it's so sensitive there that it'll be prone to wrinkles, you know, at a much younger age while you're doing all that tugging every day or every other day. So just keep your eye open, and another reason is because we want to see where your crease stops and where it basically begins, so that way you don't do it too much into your crease. You want to have that wing visible even outside of your crease. And then when you're done with the eyeliner at the bottom waterline, just smudge it out with the brown eyeshadows. I'm using the Alyssa Edwards Palette again. The colors are Back Rose and HOE. Love those names. And this is gonna help blend out the bottom of the black. That way it's not so harsh. This eyeshadow coin from the Morphe palette, I cannot tell you how much I love it. It's like a true gold and it's so bright. I wish that Morphe's shimmers were more like this because sometimes they're a hit and miss, honestly, but this eyeshadow is bomb. For primer, I've been trying the Physicians Formula Spotlight Illuminating Primer with age-defying actives. I'm not sure if I like it or love it, but I'll give it a few more tries. Once it gets too hot, I'm gonna stop using it, which isn't like, you know, now. But anyways, I'll probably pick it back up in the winter time. This is my favorite part of the eye look, honestly, is when it comes together. So you just get a small concealer brush. I always buy the inexpensive e.l.f. concealer brushes. They're so tiny and precise. And then I just use a tiny sponge to blend it out. But with this, basically you clean up your eyeshadow, you clean up and sharpen your wing, and you know, you see the lift in the eye. So now your whole eye look is put together and you don't have to worry about one side looking sloppier than the other, because I know I do worry at the beginning of my look sometimes. For lashes, I'm just using the Ardell Wispies just to bring a little bit of pop and detail to the eyes. I usually curl my lashes way before I put them on, but with these wispy ones, since they're thin, I like to curl them when they're already on because they can blend my lashes into the falsies. For contour, I'm using the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit, and the shades are Java and Light Sculpt. I know it looks like a lot, but when my concealer, foundation, and powder is on, it'll be more blended out. And plus, it's summer. I love a really bronzy look, so to each its own. I'm also using the corrector for my spots in the same palette. It's the neutral corrector. It's a peachy one, but it's very light, so it almost looks white when you put it on because it balances out your tone. And I'm just using a Real Technique sponge. It's all beat up. Gotta trade it in. I have so many, but they're all in my kit already, so I need to buy personal ones for myself because I keep my kits separately. I'm trying these foundations again. It's the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation and the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I mixed them together because the Wet n Wild's a little bit light, I think, or more pinky toned. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to find a foundation that works with my combination skin. some can be too dewy, some can be too dry. So concealer, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Boing Cakeless Concealer, the shade number 2. And I love using these tiny little blending sponges to get all up under your eye, these small detailed areas, or just, you know, in the center of your face. They're so perfect for this. For powder, I'm using the number 7 powder again, the translucent finishing powder in light. And for bronzer, I'm going back with my favorite Physician Formula bronzer, going ham with the heavy hand, and I don't care. I just love being bronzy in the summertime. Who am I kidding? All times of the year. For contour, I'm using the NYX Taupe blush with the e.l.f. contour brush. Just finish the shape shifting going on here, hide that double chin. Alright, this highlighter, if you've been wanting to get the Anastasia and Amrezy highlighter, this is a dupe. It's almost an exact dupe, and you know those are hard to find. When you literally swatch them, you will see like the texture is so soft and so shimmery, and the color is on point. Literally, it's like the same highlighter almost. I mean, I don't know about the ingredients, but it's almost an exact dupe. For blush, I'm using Tarte blush in the shade Mistletoe. I love their blushes. If you recommend any other brand that you love, definitely let me know in the comments. To clean up, I'm using the usual Maybelline Fit Me powder, the shade 10. For lips, I'm keeping it nude and pink. I'm just using the BH Cosmetic waterproof lip liners, the color Sandy and Samantha. Sandy is a nude color, and then Samantha is the pinky one I'm blending on the outsides. And then I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus spray to set my face. And this is a look. I hope you liked it as much as I did. I will definitely be using yellow more often. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.